Thank you for the intro, David. Hello, I was just introduced. My name is Marco Simon. I hope you are a bit more awake than me and you're not too sleepy, and I hope that you are going to enjoy this presentation, and I'm going to tell you a bit about what we are doing and what we are aiming for, okay, with this soundbar technology. We have also brought like a demo. In this case, it's a soundbar that we have adapted to a laptop, and that I hope that one of you listens to it and really understand what we want to do here. And as we say, we come from University of Southampton, but before starting, we are on a radio professional conference, and better than me, you know that sound is crucial to how we interact with others and how we perceive the world, okay? But when we go back home, how do people listen to things, to audio in general? And I'm not saying people ourselves in the room and telling to, let me get out of the screen. I'm talking about people like normally like users. Most of us, they listen or with headphones, okay, or with Bluetooth loudspeakers, and not many people nowadays, not many people have speakers, even a set of stereo speakers, okay? So forget about having 3D audio. And if we want to have 3D audio at people's houses, what do we do? Well, maybe we can buy a 5.1 system, but I don't know of many that have 5.1 systems, okay? They are not very used. You have to spend lots of money, or you can use headphones, okay? Which headphones are very good. Nowadays, the technology, it's at the point where you can have a very good 3D experience. However, you have to wear headphones, okay? So this is when we came and we were working in a project that maybe you have heard about, which was the S3A project. And what we said is, well, can we really take 3D sound to people's houses in a practical way? And we said, well, look, soundbars. Soundbars are everywhere. Can we make a soundbar that reproduces 3D sound? And we started doing all of that during the project, and then we arrived to where we are right now, okay? And before talking about how we build the soundbar and all that, let's hear and let's look at how do we listen in 3D, okay? So the human hearing system has 2 ears, while most mammals, most insects have a way of having 2 sensors in order to localize sound. And this is because with 2 sensors, we can do a couple of things. There are very clever mechanisms, but the most important ones are these, which is the interaural time difference. We have 2 ears, and if a sound is coming from here, it's going to arrive first to my right ear and then to my left ear. If it's from the left, the other way around. It will arrive first here, and then it will arrive to the other ear. So the brain is very clever and takes all of that into account. Furthermore, the brain also takes into account the level difference of a sound coming from one ear. In this case, for example, if a sound comes from here, it's going to arrive with the same intensity to both ears. But if a sound is coming from here, it will arrive first to my right ear and then to my left ear. I don't know why this is like passing so fast. But how many of you know binaural recording or binaural audio? Binaural recording is a way in which, with a very simple microphone, in this case, a binaural microphone, or also normally known as dummy head, you can take a recorder, you take the 2 channels, then you listen with headphones, and with headphones what you have is that you are going to have a very, very big feeling of immersion. So can we use binaural recording as a method to not only record sound, but also synthesize sound? So if you measure what are called the HRIRs, head-related input responses, or head-related transfer functions in the frequency domain, one of the things that we can do is that we can synthesize any 3D sound that we want. And if you're familiar with virtual reality audio, that's really the underlying mechanism of how you can feel that you're immersed on a 3D space. But again, all of these are techniques that are normally aimed to be used with headphones. But what we want to do is, well, we have a binaural recording, we have our 2 channels, left and right, and as I said, people normally listen to them with headphones. But can we go further, and can we do all of this just with loudspeakers? So yes, we can. And this is what we have been solving and what we have been improving, okay? So just imagine that I have 2 loudspeakers. I know where the loudspeakers are with respect to a point where I want to reproduce a maximum of acoustic pressure. So what I'm going to do, oops, I don't know how to do that, but this should play by itself. Maybe we have a problem here. Well, I'm going to explain you how this works, okay? If we have 2 points that are emitting with a certain phase, they are going to create a maximum, okay, a maximum of acoustic pressure in a single point. That's called a constructive interference. So let's say that I want to reproduce the left channel of a binaural signal on my left ear. I'm going to have a couple of loudspeakers, and we are going to create a constructive interference in my left ear in this case. If I want to reproduce the next channel, I'm going to create a constructive interference on my right ear. And on the other ear, we are going to create a destructive interference, okay? So if we do that, and we manage to do that in time and very accurately monitor, we're going to have 3D sound. But that has a catch, okay? And it has a catch because this was a technology, it's called crosstalk cancellation. Crosstalk because it cancels the crosstalk of the speaker of the channel that you don't want on the other ear. It was invented since, I think the first patent came from 1968, but it had a drawback. And the drawback is that the sweet spot it had was very determined, okay? So for example, I had a set of stereo loudspeakers, it was working here, but if I was moving a bit, even 5 centimeters, all this sound perception that we could have was basically decaying very rapidly. And what we did at the S3A program is that we incorporated a head tracking system. A head tracking system that in real time can know where a person is in front of the loudspeakers and can vary this sweet spot in real time. And this is the technology that after S3A finished, we are commercializing in Audioscenic. And basically, if this works, I will show you how it does. Basically, this is an array of loudspeakers. You can see that an array of loudspeakers, in this case, an array of loudspeakers is a soundbar, okay? You can have another names, a bit more of a technical name. These loudspeakers are going to fire. I'm going to create a maximum here, and I'm going to create a minimum here. And if a person moves, the camera is going to know where this person is, and is going to throw a left beam to the left ear and a right beam to the right ear of the listener, okay? And this is in a nutshell what the technology is. And it's a technology that can be applied to soundbar of different sizes, okay? In this case, this prototype that we brought here is a laptop, but you can see it can be a laptop, or it can be a larger system for production of 3D content. In this case, a smaller system, like for example, for video games, or even other systems more applied to living rooms, to cinemas. But in a nutshell, the technology is the same. We are at the moment working on, these are single person systems, on producing systems to produce this sound reproduction to more than one person, so that various people can be having very immersive 3D sound with just a single soundbar, okay? That was our point. And I think this slide, I wanted to show it to you and really also to hear what you think about it, and is that, well, this method of reproduction needs 2 channels. Traditionally, 3D surround formats needs lots of channels, but what you can do with this is that, well, if it is 2 channels, or if it is VR audio, you can use any plugin, and you can convert it into 2 channels. And if you have something a bit more, let's say, cumbersome, complex, like for example 7.1 or multi-channel, like Netflix is like broadcasting with 7.1, you buy a Blu-ray, has 7.1 or Atmos, or then you have object-based audio formats in which you have lots of objects, and apparently it gives a better experience. But the point to take here is that you can convert it to binaural. And you can convert it to binaural, it's 2 channels, left and right, and you can transmit it everywhere. And as I can understand, radio has a big potential to transmit 2 channels. So you could, in theory, transmit 3D audio through many of the platforms that you've been talking this morning. And that's really the slide I wanted to show to you. And now, if you have any questions or you have any comments, I will be very happy to hear them. And just to let you to know that this is a technology that is coming, okay? We are working with a partner in Asia to create a product, in this case is for gaming, but it's a product that can reproduce 3D audio, okay? Through crosstalk cancellation, so that's a reality. And I don't know how much time we have right now, but we brought this, and it's a demo, so I would like that one person,
loved it there.
It's already working, okay? So, volunteer, please. So, I don't know if people can see here, but the laptop has a camera. In this case, it's the camera of the laptop. So this camera, if the person moves with respect to the laptop, is going to adapt in real time, and is going to have like this sweet spot adjusted so that everywhere you are, you have a maximum sound experience. And we're going to start like reproducing some 3D sound. This is a 3D production of a colleague. So let's see what you think.
Are you coming? Stay still.
There's no head rotation compensated.
You could do that, right?
We could do.
Object-based rendering.
We could do, but the camera at the moment is not tracking head rotation. So for all of us, this was just a laptop playing sound, but maybe he can describe the experience and it was quite different to him.
I've listened to lots of binaural, and that was better than most of the binaural that I've listened to with headphones, because I'm getting really good. So it's working all around behind me. Sounds
Yeah,
great.
and you're not wearing headphones.
And I'm not wearing headphones.
Yeah.
But in front of me, it's coming from
As
outside
well.
of my head.
As well, yes.
Front, like located sound in binaural has a habit of.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very hard to get good binaural headphones.
Are you demoing this?
I believe we're going to be demoing later during the coffee breaks in the afternoon. So anybody that is interested, please come and ask me any question that you want and have a listen, because it's quite unique.
Add a sub to it, but
Yeah, it will be hard to transport it for the demo. Yeah. Sure. Cheers. Cheers. So, I don't know if we have time for questions.
Yes.
Okay. You know, I finished, so I don't know if... Yeah.
Demonstrate something else. This must be very important to your business.
This is crucial. I mean, this is all that we do in our business. We do, we develop technology. We want to license technology. We want to work with OEM partners to really create tools for reproducing 3D sound. And basically, what we are doing is software to really allow this this experience. You know, and as I said in the introduction, what do we want to do in Audioscenic? We want to give a new way for people to listen 3D sound in a practical manner. Before, if you wanted really 3D sound, or you buy a 5.1 system, that I don't know how many people have it here and how many people have it outside here, not many, or you wear headphones that, as we were talking there, they don't work very, very well really for reproducing 3D sound. So let's give them something different that can be really used, you know.
We'll take a couple of questions if you've got anyone over there. Thank you.
Hello.
Please.
You said it was coming soon. Do you have a timeline for when us and the consumer might be able to?
So, you know, this is a bit complicated, but if everything goes well, mass production spring 2020. Yeah.
2020. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So probably this will be mass production. So for Christmas 2021, it will be here for sure.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you.
Ideally.
I get how it works with one person. How on earth do you do with a cinema full of people?
So for more people, will be like 2 people first, and you just need a larger soundbar. So we have some prototypes that are kind of working for 2 people. Okay, they are not at the level to really showcase for the public, but we hope that in the next few years, if we survive as a company, that we can materialize really this technology like for a single person laying the groundwork. I think it can be doable for 2 or 3. You know, it's always very hard because the theory works. However, you need to build it to the audio quality standards, and this is the harder part. You know, yes.
What was the journey like from the sort of the challenge to that? I mean, I guess there were many incarnations and thinking along the way.
Yeah. So really, you know, like the journey, all of this, it was in the year program when we started, and we're saying, okay, let's give something to the people so that they can really use that. And we were working at the university back in Southampton, and we said, well, this really has lots of potential. So now let's take it out of the lab, you know. And this is when we started, and it's chicken and egg, you know, because like there is no lots of content, there's no way of reproducing it, and we, in a way, have to convince everybody. The same that we are talking here with radio professionals, we need to convince product managers. I think the consumers are already convinced because every time that they listen to it, they really like it. But there's really lots of people behind to consume to take this forward. You know.
Another question? Oh, loads of questions. Let's get through a couple. There we are.
How and does it deal with reflective surfaces? Because I can see how all of the steering that's being done works perfectly well if you're like in an anechoic chamber. You guarantee that all of the sound is coming directly from the soundbar. But how about in a kind of standard living room arrangement where you've probably got a wall right behind you?
Yeah.
Or anything like other furniture that's around you?
So obviously the more reflective the environment is, the worse it is going to work. Okay. However, like it doesn't degrade so badly, okay, because the brain has a very short integration time, okay, so it's always the first wavefront, and the first wavefront is always generated by the device, and just some few milliseconds after, the brain's already knowing where things are arriving in 3D. So always something that is between the range of the ITD, all right? So obviously, if you're in a reflective environment, you're not going to have the same feeling as if you're in a more damped room, okay? But it will still work. And
Next question. We had quite a few to get in. There we are, that one. 2 rows in front.
Just probably a simple question, but my son is into his VR. I assume it works with a VR headset on.
Yeah, it will work with a VR headset on. It doesn't really matter. And this is just for a laptop, but we are applying the set technology to more like lab-based, bigger experiences in which you have a VR headset, you know. So it does, yes. Yeah.
Next one. There we are, just across the way.
In terms of price, how much will the commercial models compare to multi-channel systems and also existing 3D soundbars like the Sennheiser model?
So I think the product that will come, which is it's a gaming product, it will be around $400, something like that, you know. But it's a complete experience with respect to the Sennheiser model because this renders binaural, so you have distance, you know. It's another thing.
And 2 more.
Well, the Sennheiser is £2,000, so you're saying $400.
Yeah.
With this additional
yes.
technology.
Yes, but the Sennheiser soundbar is something for a living room. This is a single user experience for desktop
right,
gaming.
So you're not talking the living room.
Yes.
Yeah, home cinema. Well,
not for this product. Yeah.
And one more question. I'll ask it then. Do you have one of these in your front room?
I don't. I have it, but only for doing work, you know.
Oh God! And I don't think you're going to answer this question, but this is great. What are you also working on? What's next? Can you say?
No, we're going to say. Yeah.
Thank you, Marco Simon. Thank you very much indeed.